Alright guys, spoiler alert, this is the finished product. After I posted the video of me restoring this axe leather sheath, I talked to my dad, and it turns out there is some history here. This belonged to my grandfather, his father, and he used it in the Depression years to cut wood to heat his house. And then my father used it in turn when we got our family property up north. When we first got that, he used this to cut wood to heat the cabin. So this is actually probably a good at least 90 years old. So there's quite a bit of family history with this. So it was an honor to be able to restore this. So I just wanted to mention that and just give a proper introduction on the history of this axe. It's very cool that I was to be able to find out some of the history, because I never met my grandfather. He passed away when my dad was 13 years old, so it's kind of nice to have a piece of history. And this has got another 90 years of life left in it. So on to the restoration video. Hey guys, how you doing today? Today I am going to restore an axe, or give it a try. I've never really done it before. I've rehandled mauls and axes. I've kind of restored like a half hatchet. It came out pretty good. So I found this in a barn at our property up north. So I thought I would give it a shot because it doesn't look too bad. Just a little bit of surface rust. And it says Eclipse on there, which just from the research I did, it's made by Plumb, which it's not valuable by any means, but it's an American company, so it's American made and it's good quality steel, so I think it's definitely worth restoring. And I actually did, if you can see it, if that's in focus, I actually did work on the edge a little bit. I had some pretty big gouges in it, like a 16th, 32nd to a 16th inch deep. So I did file that down a little bit just to see how easy it would be for me to work with, and it actually came out pretty good. I'm almost done with the filing, so I thought I would stop there and then now rehandle it and refresh it, get the surface rust off. You can see this doesn't come all the way down here where it's supposed to, and they didn't use any type of metal wedge there, just a wooden wedge. So, and it's too short of a handle in my opinion for the size head. It's about a 3.5–4 pound head, and this is like a 25-inch handle that they just cut off from something else. So yeah, so we're going to kind of try to bring this back to life. So I thought it would be a good project for the winter. So okay, first thing to do is get this handle off. Inside's a little rusty, but otherwise not too bad, in really good shape. Let's get it to the wire wheel. So this came out pretty good. It's not really any pitting at all, so it looks good. A lot of patina on it yet. So the pole of it is kind of pancaked in. So I'm going to try to grind that flat, see how it comes out. Hopefully I don't ruin it.
I sanded with 36, 80, 100, 150, and 220 grit sandpaper, and then finally finishing it up, blending it together on the wire wheel.
Okay, I think it came out really good. I like that. I don't like that though. Somebody beat the top of that. I don't know if they were when they were rehandling it or what, but we're gonna try to sand that out to the same process that I did for this. So I won't show that, but I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, yeah, I like the way that came out. Came out good. Looks much better. Now we'll take the Dremel and like a wire brush and manually just try to get as much of that rust out of the inside of there as possible and just clean that up. Alright, so I like this pretty good. So pretty satisfied with this. If you can see in there, it's fairly clean in there. So now, before I mount this on the handle, I am going to sharpen it. So got a little bit of filing to do yet on this, and then we'll use sharpening stones. Okay, well, after I got done with the filing, I wasn't quite happy with where it was at, so I decided I wanted to sand it before I went to the wet stones. So I found what really worked well was like this 3x21 portable belt sander, just in a vice grips upside down, so it gives you a nice level platform, just like a whetstone. So I went from 80 and then worked my way up to, this is 320 grit, so 80, 120, 220, and then now 320. So it was a little time consuming, but now I'm almost to where I want to be at the whetstone. So yeah, it worked really good. Oh, hi, puppy. Yes. She's dropping her ball. She wants to play.
I started off with 400 grit whetstone and then moved to 1,000, then 3,000, 6,000, and finally finishing off with an 8,000 grit whetstone. Then I moved on to a leather strop, both with and without green stropping compound. Now once it's stropped, I shouldn't have to use the whetstones again to sharpen it. This was just to get the initial edge. And then I should be able to keep it plenty sharp just by stropping.
Okay, let's see how we did. I would say that is pretty good. I like it. I like it. Let's get a handle on this guy. So I have a couple handles to choose from. This is a 36-inch link handle, and this is a 32-inch. It's actually a council tool handle. And after dry fitting the heads, I really like the 32-inch better. This 36-inch just felt too, I don't know, too large for. See, that's hardly goes on there. Just too large for the accent. And yeah, when I tried the 32-inch, it almost fits on there as it is, and I like the looks of that better. I like the curve on the end of the handle here. So what we're going to do is dry fit this, and then make a mark with the Sharpie where I need to remove some material, which we'll do with the Dremel. So I actually prefer these cylindrical wedges as opposed to just the wedge, because it extends pressure throughout all of the wedge, just instead of just two sides. And some 220 grit sandpaper. And then just some boiled linseed oil, about 4 or 5 coats. Waiting 15 minutes between each coat. Alright guys, it's done. I finally finished it. I think it came out good. I made a sheath for it, and it is the very first axe sheath I ever made. Came out pretty good. I don't know if that's in focus, but yeah. And then there is the finished product. Came out really good. We got this dead red oak here. We're gonna take this down, so we'll see how it does. Hi, Lexi. Hey, look out, puppy. Move. Here, move, puppy. I think it did good. A lot harder than a chainsaw. Yep, I think I did good for the first time. I'm really happy with it. Yep, I like it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Hey, puppy. Yeah, good girl. Oh, good puppy. No, that's mine. Here you go. Go get that.